All right, let's get right into it. Picture the number 27. Now, we're not talking about some small regional setup here. We are talking about Polycab India Limited, a literal industrial giant operating over 27 advanced manufacturing plants. They're India's absolute largest manufacturer of wires and cables. And, as you can probably guess, an operation of that sheer scale is just incredibly hungry for high-quality raw materials. Every single day, they are consuming massive amounts of specialized elastomers, synthetic rubbers, and polymer master batches just to churn out their heavy-duty industrial, railway, and automotive wiring. It's huge.
So here's the million-dollar question staring us right in the face. How does a local SME, like a domestic polymer or rubber compounder, actually crack into this massive, highly guarded corporate ecosystem? Because honestly, it can feel like trying to break into an impossible fortress if you're just knocking on their front door with a generic sales pitch.
Well, it turns out the secret weapon is something called cross-industry engineering. It's this brilliant, hidden key we uncovered in today's source material. It's basically all about taking the deep expertise you already have in tire manufacturing and strategically applying it to the high-stakes world of high-voltage cable insulation.
Welcome to today's Explainer. We're embarking on a very specific, high-stakes mission today, driving import substitution for Polycab's heavy-duty cable ecosystem. We're going to break down the exact corporate infiltration roadmap, everything from understanding their biggest pain points to actually getting your materials approved in their testing labs.
Okay, here's our tactical roadmap. We'll quickly cover the strategic opportunity, your secret weapon, how to navigate their gateways, targeted B2B outreach, and wrap up with the pitch playbook. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The strategic opportunity.
Take a look at this massive initiative Polycab has rolled out. It's called Project Spring. This is their incredibly aggressive high-growth roadmap. They are actively and urgently trying to de-risk their supply chain. And how are they doing that? By replacing incredibly expensive imported specialty compounds with localized, high-tech alternatives. Listen, if you're a domestic manufacturer, their push for import substitution isn't just some corporate buzzword. No way. It is literally your golden ticket in.
Moving right along to Section 2, your secret weapon.
Yeah, think about this comparison for a second. On one side, you've got tire manufacturing, right? Which demands just extreme precision in rubber vulcanization, constant friction, and brutal heat cycles. On the flip side, we have heavy-duty rubber cables. Think trailing and flexible cables used in mining, railways, defense. These things require incredible structural bend resilience, a long flex life, and serious high-voltage endurance. And here is the aha moment. These heavy cables require the exact same physical traits that you find in tire manufacturing. Your mastery over mechanical flex life and heat aging resistance is exactly the solution Polycab is desperately looking for.
But of course, there's a catch. You have to meet their absolute technical non-negotiables if your materials are going to survive their extreme industrial stress tests. First up, thermal and flexing endurance. Your stuff has to resist cracking over millions of bends, period. Second is absolute rheological purity. We're talking tight filtration with zero particulate contamination, otherwise that electrical insulation is going to break down during their high-voltage tests. And third, processing speed optimization. Your synthetic blends need a highly precise Mooney viscosity built specifically for their rapid continuous vulcanization, or CV, extrusion lines. You hit those three technical benchmarks, and I guarantee you have their full attention.
Section 3. Navigating Polycab gateways.
Polycab is a bit of a corporate maze, so you need to know exactly which checkpoints to clear. First, you have the corporate HQ in Mumbai. Your goal there is volume acquisition and bulk sourcing, so your pitch needs to focus entirely on commercial validation and price stability. Then you have the technical heartbeat of the operation, their NABL-accredited central compounding lab in Halol, Gujarat. Your goal, technical validation and getting that official spec-in approval. You've got to prove your rubber additives and flame-retardant compounds actually work. Finally, you've got the specialty cable division down at the plant level, where the goal is securing continuous offtake for their high-margin industrial segments.
Section 4. Targeted B2B outreach. Listen, the absolute #1 rule here. Do not reach out to generic customer care numbers or info inboxes. You will literally just vanish into the void. You have to be surgical about this. Target very specific personas. Over in Mumbai, at the Ruby & Daughter, you're hunting for the Chief Procurement Officer, the VP of Procurement for Polymers, or the Head of Commodities. Meanwhile, out in Halol, you want the Head of R&D and Compounding, or the Plant Technical Operations Manager. Specific titles get specific results.
And that builds right into our 3-step engagement sequence. Step 1 is the digital spec-in. Connect on LinkedIn or professional email with senior engineers, but do not send a sales pitch right away. Frame the whole conversation around import substitution and processing efficiency. Step 2 is going through the formal channels. Submit your ISO and NABL capabilities directly through their digital SRM, supplier relationship management portal, just to get that paper trail going. And step 3? This is the ultimate power move. Industrial buyers rarely just buy off a PowerPoint presentation, right? So you offer them a no-cost pilot batch of 25 to 50 kilograms shipped straight to their Halo lab for physical, real-world testing.
And finally, Section 5, the pitch playbook. Okay, when you finally get the technical R&D leaders at Halo on the line, you need to speak their language. Try framing it exactly like this. Tell them you've engineered synthetic elastomer compounds, like EPDM and NBR blends, that directly match their high-speed CV extrusion processes. Emphasize that adapting tire-grade cross-linking technology optimizes their extrusion output with predictable Mooney viscosity, delivers a flex life that hits ISO 81010 parameters, and supports their import substitution goals. Trust me, that is absolute music to an engineer's ears.
But wait, if you're pitching to the commercial procurement managers in Mumbai, completely different ballgame. They only care about supply chain optimization. You have to tell them that you provide long-term price stability through localized sourcing. Mention your scalable buffer stock infrastructure that insulates them from global freight delays, and assure them you have full compliance with REACH, ROS, and flame-retardant standards like UL 94V0. For them, you are pitching reliability and de-risking.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to stop being just a local vendor and actually step up as a global corporate partner? Because Polycab is aggressively expanding, and they are actively hunting for reliable domestic partners capable of scaling right alongside them. By bringing your tire manufacturing precision straight to their technical gatekeepers, you aren't just pushing a commodity anymore. You're positioning yourself as an absolutely crucial long-term material science partner. The roadmap is sitting right in front of you. The opportunity is massive, and well, now you have the playbook to actually pull it off.